Okay, hello everyone, good to see everyone again. My name's Dr. Bruce Wells. This is the second one of our sessions in this little workshop series that's looking at stress management, and today we're looking at developing stress management techniques. Very quickly again, it's always nice to go around the table. Just tell us your name and maybe what department you work in, starting over here please.
Okay, Des Rice. I am the director here at the LRC and over professional development as well. And also my new position is director of the learning of distance learning, which we're going to be starting up this fall.
Good, thank you Des. Next.
I'm Catherine Kapovian, I'm in the core department.
Good. How long have you been here?
Oh, this April 30th.
There we go.
Yeah, Neil.
And what do you teach?
I teach in the phys ed and technical and professional
So
communication.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
My opposite number. That's right. The Cape Crusaders. That's
Yeah.
us. Batman and Robin.
And I'm Hala Gupta, and it's a core department.
Yes.
Core department. Okay.
And teaching?
I'm teaching writing research, professional development, and leadership and teamwork.
Good. Full line. Thank you for that. Last.
And I'm Bond.
Bond. Bond once again.
James Bond.
Very unstressed, unruffled.
And I'm Chizoba Madueke, otherwise known as Dr. Z. I'm in College of Business. Although I'm teaching course right now in teaching research method for BA students.
Or that's for the graduate program.
Yes.
Good. Excellent.
Very good.
Thank you. Shaken, not stirred.
Shaking not stirred.
Very good.
I can find it.
Now, what I'm going to get you to do straight away, just to kick this off with, this is a bit of an experiment. We have something here, some little black, what do we call those, black tiles. And what you're going to do is you're just going to hold this in your hand and we'll see what happens.
And start shaking.
Exactly. And maybe the colour will start to change. We're going to see what happens here.
My goodness.
If I can just
Mine's
move
going
those
to
in.
change.
There's one there for Des. I'll just walk around the room. Catherine.
I think we become marked people here. You know?
Yeah. That's right, that's right. There's one for
I'm
Hala.
afraid to touch it, right?
There's one for Z.
So we just hold it?
Very good. Just put that right on your finger like this. Just hold it there. On the black part. You'll need to have it on the black
On
part.
forefinger.
Yeah, that's fine. Just hold it there for 5-10 seconds, and we'll see if anything changes. Yeah. If you start rolling on the floor. It's working. It's working. No. Okay. Des, show us yours. What colour have you
Mine's
got
white.
there?
Oh, what were you saying? I saw the color.
Have you got any colour there? There should be. a
No,
little
I
bit of
think
colour.
my hand is too cold, yeah, so we need to warm it up a little bit.
Okay, could be interesting. Has anyone noticed the colour yet?
Yeah, mine,
What's yours? Is it red?
Mine's changing to green.
Ah, there we go. At least we know it's working.
What does it do? You can start back to
Oh,
black.
no, well, this way is changing.
Let me show you. Here we go.
Okay.
Calm.
So green, calm.
Oh.
Oh, so if it's black, hey, we need to get it out of here.
You've come to the right session.
I need to get us out of
so
here.
they change, yeah.
You've come to the right session if it's black.
Well,
She hold it too, she hold it.
Well, yeah, if you touch the white paper, nothing will happen. So you need to make sure you're touching that black little surface.
Mine is a white.
You can just have it. Just hold
Jenny
half
is
of
a
it.
white.
Yeah, just hold half of it like that, and then you can watch what happens. There you go. There you go. So doing what Catherine's doing.
You gotta hold the black part in.
There we go. There we go.
No. Mine changed.
You're tense. You need to relax a little bit more now. What's your, oh, yours is,
Look at that.
yeah, but she's using pressure.
Yeah, let's do the same as
Yeah, let's do that.
That's very interesting.
My palm is calm.
Okay, interesting.
Well, it's,
What part did you cut for her? Is it the beginning or the end when you made her know?
I don't know. All I know
Mine
is.
is not changing, that's
No,
funny.
I think we are.
Well, mate, perhaps. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here it is.
This is going in, yeah.
What am
It's
I-
going
I'm
off,
on-
get it. Oh, look
This
at
is my brother from
Hollis.
another mother.
Or is it? Is
See,
yours?
Hollis is changed completely green.
Should I get this green? What
You did
is the
too?
green?
But it's
There we go.
something
See, you just hold that like this.
because
And it's, no, it's a little stressed on.
And if yours turns
What I see.
purple.
I think that green's gone clearly green. Notice that? Have a look up here,
It means you're stressed.
and you'll notice.
completely stressed out.
Yeah, right.
See, there we go. Green is
I
calm.
can get the, I can get the blue.
Calm.
Green is calm.
You know what, I think really what it is
Right.
he gave us the ends of this thing, of your film work.
Yeah.
And
We
I
need a
got
new
the
one.
good part of it.
Yeah.
Clearly green,
Yeah,
clearly
that's
green.
And mine is
Mine
really
is not
black.
changing, yeah. Nothing is
I don't think
changing
anyone
on
can get the
mine.
blue.
Well, mine has a little gray, maybe it's not quite black, it's gray.
No, mine
So
is not
that's-
anymore. This is it.
Interesting little test. Anyway, leave those just beside you, and during the class, during the workshop, you can just touch
We
that.
can
and
touch
see
it
how
and see
it
if we
works.
were
Oh, see how
calm.
things
And hopefully we'll all be
What
green
was
at the end
yours?
of the
What's your
workshop.
shirt?
Oh, it's gone to black
I'm
now.
going back to
Apparently
black.
stressed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
Just
So
perspiration.
hopefully by the end.
It's just off the
By the end of
perspiration.
the workshop.
Okay,
Okay.
the success of your workshop depends on, if
Depends
this
on-
comes green, then it's working.
Okay, well, I'll give you different ones at the end that are programmed to turn green.
We all turn green, and it's definitely working.
Now let's just, it's wonderful having the same people here again. Let's just very quickly revise what we
What,
did
what?
last time. If I can remove message, maybe I can do that. Close window, maybe that helps. So last week, remember, I'm looking at the bottom of the slide, we looked at good and bad stress. We had two words, you might remember. Bad stress was, started with D. Distress.
Distress.
And good stress, funny word. Eustress, very good, very good.
And you stress, and I'm stressed.
And we looked at the inverted U, you might remember. And if a person gets too stressed, well, initially, a little bit of stress is a good thing, as it motivates us and encourages us and prepares us for tackling a task. Then if we get too stressed, performance suffers. We looked at the effects of stress. Can anyone remember just a couple of the obvious effects of stress? Long-term stress can lead to disease, heart attacks,
Not remembering your name like me.
obesity,
Oh, that might problem.
good shoulder
It's amplified,
aches,
so I can remember.
good blood pressure,
Lack of sleep,
Lack
lack of sleep,
lack of appetite,
good.
or overeating.
Good overeating, being irritated maybe with students in your classes,
Oh, yeah.
being over-irritated.
Or
with students.
maybe with your friends.
Right. We looked at the signs of stress, and there was behavioural signs of stress, obvious ones, and there was psychological, there we go, and rubbing fingers, there we go. It's an allergy. That's called denial. That's how it starts.
You cope with stress by getting into denial.
Where is that one? That's why.
That could be the reason. That's okay, that's okay. This is a de-stressing drink. And then we touched on workplace sources of stress.
And that means money is coming.
Yes. See, mine, I said I've been cold, so.
Now, just to remind you, this is the second element of 6 elements that all go together to make the unit managing personal stress in the workplace. And once you've done all of these elements and you've got the unit, it will contribute towards the certificate 2 in customer contact, which will be a marvellous thing to have on your resume. So we're doing well. Just to quickly touch on the occupational health and safety requirements down the bottom. Duty of care, I've got a duty of care to you to make sure that you're all safe in the classroom, so I've made sure I've tucked all the cords away. Hopefully the air conditioner's humming at the right temperature. It's nice and safe in here, that's the whole point. If anyone needs to, so there's no obvious hazards. Bathrooms, ladies go down the end of the corridor and gentlemen go down the other corridor and out the building.
To make sure we don't jump out the window, we've covered the window.
We've covered all the windows, thank you very much. Everything has been taken into consideration. Behaviour expectations already. We had a wonderful class last week as everyone got involved and everyone was contributing. So once again, there's no wrong answers in the classroom. The only wrong answer is the one that you don't volunteer. There's no stupid questions, just the one you don't ask. So, great. Any questions for me before we launch into it? Good, let's keep going. Let's keep motoring along. The objectives for today, 3 objectives. First, we'll touch on what we call stress triggers. So when we get stressed, something initially triggers the stress. And then basically we can do one of 3 things. We can adjust the source of stress, if we can adjust it, or we can avoid it. For certain reasons, maybe we cannot change the stressor, so it's better just to walk away from it. Or maybe we can accept it and maybe deal with it later on. We'll touch on that. Then here we'll focus on different types of stress management techniques. Firstly, dealing with our emotions and things like exercise, relaxation techniques. And we're actually going to do a little relaxation exercise later on, which you'll find quite interesting. And then we'll finish up by looking at stress management techniques that deal with the stressor itself. So the final one deals with the source of stress itself. These are more physical stress management techniques. These are more cognitive, more mental. All right? Let's keep going. I'll keep an eye on the time just so we keep things moving along nicely. Stress triggers. Turn back the clock to identify the stress trigger. Now, well, firstly, can anyone think of a source of stress that they've experienced today?
Today, all the assignments I have to grade now.
Deadline.
The 250 assignments.
Just take one. So, okay, lots of assignments.
Yeah.
So,
Grade.
okay,
Yeah.
good. Another one?
I hate when students come to me and ask me to change their grades without
Yes,
particular reason and big need. So
And I had a lot of this yesterday. I had a
yeah,
lot
so
of
that's my source, my major source.
Yes, I'm graduating teachers. This is going to affect my GPA. It's not my fault. You know, you should have thought about that before you gave me a bad assignment. Interesting.
Stress, source of stress.
Anything today that you've experienced? Might be mildly stressful. Doesn't have to be very stressful. Could even be positively stressful.
Oh, I got my multiple visa entry.
Oh, really? Well, this is wonderful. This is a good example of eustress. Fantastic. Did they ring you? Did they email
They
you?
emailed me.
Fantastic. Interesting. Okay, good. Zip.
Well, deadlines, that's, talking about my own personal stresses, I'm under some pressure for deadlines, and that seems to be causing a bit of some discomfort.
Okay.
But the way to avoid that or to solve it is simply to find a way or to get into the task of finding a way how to meet the deadline. And if you get it's a sort of positive feeling about which way to go, then the stress seems to go away.
Okay. Actually, these are great examples, and we might be able to stick with these examples for the rest of the workshop. You know, and offer each other solutions. It's a good idea. Des, anything today that you've experienced?
Yes. Actually, as soon as I came in this morning, I got stressed out over the stress that I'm causing other people because I had to go through, we're dealing with course evaluations, and I have to let the deans and department chairs know as to what percentage of people in each class
Yes.
has responded to these. And I know it's a tough thing there, because teachers can't force the students
Sure.
to fill those out, but yet, according to NCAA, you've got to get at least 50%, otherwise it does not count for accreditation. And PMU is trying to get ready for accreditation.
Perhaps we can factor in somehow that before students finish the course, a requirement is they have to do one of these things. Do you know what I mean? They have to. Make it compulsory.
I know.
Maybe something like that's the way to do it.
You know, I conduct doctoral residence seminars for a couple of universities in the U.S. and they require that. One of the things I do is I will post it online. Email me or post here that you've completed the evaluation metrics. And they do that because I think it impresses me to give them a good grade. So everybody says, "Doctor, I get because I've completed that." Yes. So that might be a good idea to put that somewhere in the class to maybe 2 or 3 weeks at the end and say, go here, complete this, and shoot me an email and say you've done so. Yeah.
See, with the program I have, I can tell exactly which students in any class has completed the evaluation and which haven't. So I sent an email out the other day to all the students who haven't filled out.
Brilliant.
To tell them that they need to do it. This program allows me to do that. It just automatically does that. But it still puts a lot of pressure on in terms of the poor teachers. I mean, I've got some feedback from them today saying, how can we force them? I'm telling my students to bring this to class and they won't do it. So.
Okay, good. When one of these things happen, when we have a source of stress, we can look at what was the idea, assumption or thought that accompanied it immediately. The idea being that one person, you might have 2 people with the same source of stress, the same situation, and yet one person gets stressed negatively, the other person doesn't get stressed negatively.
Why worry?
Yeah, why worry? And so it's all to do with this, the accompanying thought. We'll get into this. I find, we'll look at a couple of examples at a moment that will help explain this. Let's just touch on this before we look at the examples. If you can control the source of stress, you can adjust, you can tackle it immediately. Speak to the relevant person, change your schedule maybe, find more resources. Just keep this in mind before we look at the examples. If you cannot control the stressor, 2 options. In the short term, avoid. Just change your perspective, talk to someone, go for a run. You can see straight away these can often be more physical stress management technique oriented, like going for a run, relaxing. Or in the long term, accept the situation straight away, knowing that later on maybe you need training to help you deal with it. Otherwise it will keep occurring and you'll never, progress. Now, keeping those in mind, let me show you a couple of examples which we can discuss. And then we might even look at 1 or 2 of your examples. Okay, there's just a bit of a reminder. Control, cannot control. Look at this one. Having a confrontation with an irate student over a grade. I put it down because it is so common for all teachers.
Yes.
I had this yesterday. I had a lot of students coming in, so I gave them 0. I gave probably 6 students out of 20 in all my sections 0 for their second assignment in PE, because they gave me last semester's assignment.
Oh.
And it was, they didn't even deny it. They just said, we thought we could give it. Who said you could give it to me? My guidelines. Dun, 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 dun. So then they didn't bother working on that argument anymore. They just said, but doctor, this is going to affect my GPA. I graduate at the end of the semester. So, boy, this is a typical one. So looking at this example, here I am. I'm in the office. We've all experienced this. And the student, will not walk away. They'll just keep badgering you.
Yes.
It doesn't just, they don't just accept it and then thank you teacher, walk away. They stay there for 5 or 10 minutes. They won't leave if you don't ask them to leave. So, straight away, control the stressor, cannot control the source of stress. Which one do you think? Which one of these straight away do you feel is most appropriate? Can you change? The source of stress is the irate student.
Well, if you can't adjust it, if you can't tackle it in some way, then you should do that. And then go to the option of not being able to tackle it immediately, and you can't avoid it. But it seems to me that if there is a way to reduce the tension between yourself and the student, then
That's good.
that should be investigated first, and then before stick to your guns, perhaps, or
This is good.
angry with them, perhaps.
So maybe adjust. Seems to me that you're sort of going towards the adjust. What do you think, Hala? Because you mentioned this before.
I think it goes both ways because I tackle it immediately, but still it stresses me out. I mean, the whole idea. Well, I don't like confrontation. That's my personality. So
Good.
avoidance is my style.
Okay.
There is no way to do it here. So I control this. I control the source, but I can't control the symptoms.
Ah, this is good. Oh, interesting. It's like you're breaking it into two parts. So, so first of all, control the stressor. It's like, okay, I can't just tell the student to walk away.
No,
I've got to talk to the student. We've got to resolve. I won't say resolve because their idea of resolving is for them to let you resubmit. But at least settle it one way or another.
Can I?
But then there's the second part. You're left in the office, and if you're like me, the rest of the day I'm stressed.
Yeah.
The whole experience stressed me out. So then I can use different techniques, breathing, walking the corridors, whatever. So interesting, two parts.
But if you know that this is what it is, you accept that and then let it flow off. See, I would say, okay, we've talked about this. Anything else I can do for you?
Yeah.
You have a seat that watch me here all the time and make me change my mind.
Yes.
And then I'm done. We done. When I talk about something else, it's okay. But
Okay.
I'm done. And as soon as you leave, just flow out. I'm not even going to think about it again.
So you're not stressed out of
I'm not
it?
going to, yes.
So in other words, you
yes.
just let it.
You know, my cousin had this saying when we were growing up. He put this in his room. I have accepted my limitation. I'm working to overcome them. And that stuck with me all my life. Every time I had something happen, I say, my cousin Oki just said, I've accepted my limitation. I'm working to accept them. So I learned to take that and say, okay. Because that happens in the US too. If you teach online, I taught online quite a bit. And you can get email every day. Why did you grade me like this? I've not gotten a B before. I've not gotten a C before. It's just in your class. If you keep letting that affect you, you cannot function.
Okay.
Online students have a way of using, we call them bullying, online bullying.
Bullying online.
Yeah, to
We
get
get a bit of this as well.
Yes.
Yeah. I was shocked when I saw my grade teacher. Straight away my hackles go. When I get those emails,
I had one
you know, I
that
get 3 more from the same student for the day. To me, that's intimidation.
I had one that sent me an email 8 times in a row. I was driving, actually, I was with my mother, and my phone kept going, but I found out it was from the same school.
Okay.
So at some point I pulled over and I called. I said, listen, I need you to call me at this time in my
Yes,
office. And she did. I said, did you do this? Yes. Is that plagiarism? Yes. Did you do this? Yes. Is that plagiarism? Okay. I didn't cite you for plagiarism, did I? I'm trying to help you. So if you send me one more email telling me that I'm ruining your life, I'm definitely going to ruin your life right now.
Oh,
And she stopped. She was like, okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to apply that. What do you want? 8 emails in a row.
yes.
For what?
Okay.
But I'm trying to help.
Yes, it's badgering, yes.
So I suppose one big thing I've learned from you straight away is, I know for new teachers who haven't had your experience.
No, not here yet.
Yeah, but once they've had your experience, this is what other teachers say to me. They go, Bruce, don't let it affect you. And also the students aren't 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 10. They're not being personal. We take it personally,
Yeah.
but they're not actually being personal. They're just questioning their grades. It's just the way that we interpret it. But just, once you've got the experience, accept it, and then learn not to let it worry you, not to get upset. Lay it out on the table, why you gave them the grade, not discussing it anymore. Is there anything else you want to discuss? There isn't? Thank you. Next person.
Bruce, the way I look at it, again, I don't want to monopolize the discussion, but well, if you worked in corporate America,
Yep.
and you've done a lot of employee counseling,
Uh-huh.
it's the same thing,
Yes.
At some point, you have to learn that 5 minutes rule. I'm done, 5 minutes. Anything
Yes.
else? I don't want to discuss it anymore.
That's it.
Okay?
I like that, that's good, that's good, that's good. We should have time limits in our office perhaps. You know, I'll give you 2 or 3 minutes. Interesting. Let's touch on just 1 or 2 more. Let's look at this one. The photocopier jams as you rush to copy exam papers.
Oof.
Wonderful examples, yeah.
Kill the machine.
I suppose straight away, hopefully,
We'll find another one.
well done. Obviously go and try and find another one straight away if this one's not going to
Yeah.
be
And
nice.
when I stress you, except all of them are broken down.
Except, yes,
Except
except.
the house is burning.
There are no other machines to go to.
If there aren't any other machines,
Yes,
what do you do in that
that's-
situation?
I was thinking of a way, because for the past 3 years, my wife and I have been living in Thailand. And it just, now that we talked about stress and how people react to it, I can't help but thinking how Thai people react to stress. Because they get stressed out in the most incredibly, unusual ways. Having to say no, for instance, that would be somewhat equivalent to what you had with your students, having to say, sorry, I'm not going to change your grade. And I don't know if this sort of management would work here for us, but they will react with smiles,
Okay.
and then and let it go, instead of doing just the opposite of what Dr. Z was saying. Okay, your time is up now. It's finished. That would stress them out. And because
So your technique is like a way of disarming the situation.
they would even behave in an even more,
More friendly towards you.
yeah.
Okay, that's
They
interesting.
will laughingly cut your throat. You know.
That's what it's called, some
Yeah.
passive
So you have to
aggressive.
be careful.
Very good, very good. I like that.
Stressed out type.
Teacher, let's hug and call it quits, you know.
It's kind of annoying. I mean, if
Yeah.
somebody's constantly grinning at you, you're like an idiot. Well,
Yeah.
while you're trying to.
No, I know what you mean, but I think the key thing is you've got to focus on, as Z pointed out, I like this, here's your assignment, and this is what I did yesterday, and I had the same students coming in again and again. I had the guidelines for last semester's assignment, I had the guidelines for this semester's assignment. I learned to do this after the first 1 or 2 students, because I had about 20 students. I go 0 to, and I went, this is, this semester, last semester. They looked the same to me, teacher. I said, look at the criteria. Look at the criteria. Oh, they're different. Yes. You answered this criteria beautifully. You didn't answer this criteria. What's the problem, teacher? This is the criteria I wanted. And once I did this in a very calm voice, they actually accepted it. And then they quickly, this is going to affect my GPA. And they tried to use it. And I went, not interested, end of discussion. Thank you. Learning experience, let's move on. So yeah, interesting. So yeah, don't get personal. Stick to the.
You've got it there. You've got the guidelines.
Yeah, you got the guidelines. Yeah, you got the guidelines.
You have to say no. I mean, a Thai person will never say no.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You know,
Chinese
do
are the
that.
same.
Yeah.
They'll tell you what you want to
But,
hear. They'll say yes, yes, yes,
Instead,
yes.
Instead,
Right.
you present a very friendly face.
Okay.
But this is certainly it's caused by stress inside of this person, because there's nothing really humorous about the situation. But it sort of disarms the other person if you. I mean, it's just the opposite of Dr. Z's. It's okay, 5 minutes are up.
Yes, sure, sure,
Let's get on down to business.
sure.
So I'm not suggesting that that's the way that would work here in this society at all. But it seems to work with Thai. You
Good. Well, you've mentioned some good different
get tired of
different strategies can work for different
You
cultures.
just get tired of hammering away at nothing but friendliness.
Sure.
You know, and then the student might go away. But
Okay. I suppose the other thing here that we didn't mention is you should ask, why are you rushing to copy exam papers? Time management. We all blame our students about this. Why did you do the assignment one day before? You know what I mean? So really, we should never be in that situation. One last one. Realising you don't have the skills to use Blackboard effectively. In other words, you're using it's your first semester, you're using Blackboard, but you know you're only using it 60%, not 100%, and everyone's expected to use it 100%. Which one do you think would be the most appropriate, perhaps?
I think the accept.
Yeah, maybe this one, because you know that you've got to get training to help you learn it 100%. But initially, and I know a lot of teachers do a good job of doing this, they learn as much as they need to know to get them through the semester. In other words, tread water until you have enough time to actually do the extra training. I suppose we've been doing that together, haven't we?
Yeah, that's what I have, because nobody came to teach me.
We're just taking a week at a time.
Yeah.
I think you're getting there.
And using the opportunities that are available to learn the new things. And just,
That's good.
Yeah, good. Okay, we'll keep moving along.
But that shouldn't really cause stress, though. You'd be a little bit irritated. Do you think that would cause stress because you don't know how to use Blackboard, or I don't know. I guess it depends, as we say, everybody react differently, right?
Sure.
That would cause me stress. I would just be a little bit irritated.
Some Blackboards work better than the others.
Very good. When we look at stress management techniques, we've got a couple that are focused on dealing with the emotions. Again, exercise, this is a big one. And as part of exercise, exercising every other day. Relaxation, good, time outs during the day. Good old breathing, good old fashioned breathing. Try something quickly right now with me. Try this. This is something I do in my office chair all the time. Because a lot of the time when we're stressed, we just breathe with this part of the chest. But what I've taught myself to do, and actually scuba diving helped here, so what I do, when you breathe in for 5 seconds. So breathe in now. Hold it for 2 seconds. Out for 5 seconds. The trick is, I call it, I've just made it up, the 5-2-5 technique. And it really forces you to get air from all the way down here instead of just up here, which is what we do when we're stressed.
I've done that in school with diving.
It really helps.
Red Sea.
Good.
If you get into situations down there that can lead to panic.
Exactly.
The small things tend to build up to the bigger.
Good, yeah, good.
That breathing really
Really helps.
makes you, calms you.
It calms you, makes you really
It seems
focus.
to interfere with the ability to think.
Good.
To think productively in many ways. Certainly in my case, it often sort of makes my mind go blank for a while. And meanwhile, you're undergoing massive stresses or periods of stress, as in a problem when you're scuba diving, because there is really a dangerous situation.
Good.
Something gets tangled up in your mask, right? A piece of string or something, and then you want to, and then water gets in, and you try to remove the water. You know how you do it, right?
That's right, that's right.
But then something comes up, and the things tend to build up one on top of the other.
Okay, so
And life could be like that too, I think, in many ways. Not just
true. Make one out of a
a
molehill.
microcosm of what's happening if you're 60 feet under. 40
So
feet.
5-2-5. Good, Zeke, thanks for that. Eating breakfast, you might go, that's a funny one. But for me, that's, one, giving you energy first thing in the morning. I know that if I don't eat 3 regular meals, particularly after lunch, I know that I have to have my lunch between about 12 and 1:30. If it's 2:30 and I still haven't had lunch, I start getting because I haven't got enough blood sugar. Then when I haven't got enough blood sugar, you get irritated. A student comes in at the wrong time. They haven't said a word, and you're, oh, teacher. So good, having your meals. And also it acts as a way to time out as well. I know something I love to do is when I have I think you've noticed me doing this, I come into your office sometimes with my lunch. And I always finish my lunch by, do you remember yesterday?
You need some fruit.
Orange. I eat an orange. And I go to great pains to peel this orange. And I deliberately have an orange. At the other times of the day, I have about 6 pieces of fruit during the day. The other times of the day, I have bananas and apples. But when, as part of my time out routine, I have an orange. Because it forces me to do this. So I find this really works. So these are, emotional techniques. Surrounding yourself with positive people. We could call that an emotional stress management technique. Hang around optimists. We all know on the buses, it's easy to get wrapped up in the negative cloud in the morning.
I said this morning, I was in 7:15 bus.
Okay.
And the guy walked in and said something negative. They went out of the bus now. I looked at the guy sitting next to me and said, I just, one day I want to wake up and everybody just comes to me and say everything is so great.
Yeah.
Instead of, this place sucks, why are you still here?
Right, good. Why are you still here?
Yeah. Even if it sucks, you can't keep singing about it. Then it makes you feel worse every day.
Yes.
I can actually, I know, we won't get into names obviously, but I know that the people who do most of the whinging are people who have been here 3 years or longer.
I know.
It's extraordinary. Why are they still here? Cultivate your friendships, particularly here. I know that we're all living away from home. This is just so important. And cultivate. You've really got to work at it. I've got to work at it all the time. I know that every weekend I make a point of, I try and organise at least, if I can, 2 social activities every week. Cultivating those friendships. Letting people know you exist, that you'd like to come out. Find ways to help others each day. It's a big one, as we know. In the workplace, at the compounds, go out of your way to help someone. Be with people who value you as you are. Yeah, that's a big one as well. Let's have a look. Okay, let's give you this. Again, I'm going to abbreviate this. I'm watching the clock, and it's amazing. I really enjoy these workshops. But just by the way, quickly touch your little black tile, and then I'll give you this short. Let's just see if anything different happens before we do our little.
Just touch it there, touch it. Where it is, or pick it up.
Doing that, it should normally. Can I try yours, Des? Give me a go. Shouldn't be if I just hold it here. Oh, there we go.
Mine is green again.
So
come on, I can get the blue.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just holding it. I'm not pressing down on it. Take my finger away. Green.
Oh, green.
Okay, you try it. You try it.
How come I can get the blue?
Hey, I got blue.
I want to get to blue.
You need to relax some more.
See, that's blue over there.
You got blue.
Okay, and if you take your finger away quickly.
I can get the blue.
Yeah, you've got to sort of do it really.
That blue over there.
Have half your finger on it though.
You got them.
Okay, that's blue.
So you cover it.
Yeah, you got blue.
You got blue.
You got blue.
Quickly take it away. Let's have a look.
Turn it back to green again.
Let me just check your pulse. Oh, there we go. You're dead. There we go. Green. Interesting. Oh, well, there we go.
You're warm-blooded. I think we're cold-blooded, but you're warm-blooded.
I tell you.
Blue, this is deep.
How are you going?
You got
Green again. Okay, blue, huh? Look at that.
Well, there you go. Super duper calm.
Yeah.
Look at this.
That's because of his purple shirt.
It's the
I can't get any color out of mine. Well, I'm going to warm this up over
Because
here.
this is not working.
Well, maybe after we do this.
Let me see that.
Try mine.
I thought mine was working, but
Like a
working.
new one.
So if I take it, no, this is working fine. So if I just keep the finger there for a few seconds, take it away, green.
Oh, you know what you're doing?
That's all I'm
The
doing.
thumb. That's what it's doing.
Does it
Okay.
get red ever?
Bruce.
Don't move, Des. I'm just going to ring the doctor. What I'm going to do very quickly, because again time's marching on, I'm just going to ask you all to sit back in your chair. We could do this on the floor, but we won't. We'll do it in the chairs today. Just lie back in the chairs, close your eyes, and I'm going to read you through a short little script, and you can just experience a bit of relaxation. So make sure you're comfortable. Now take a long, slow, deep breath in through your nose, all the way down into your stomach. Hold the breath for just a moment and then exhale through your mouth. And allow your breath to carry away all the stress and tension from your body.
Already when it's got blue tile.
Take another slow breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs completely. Hold for a moment and release the breath through your mouth. Empty your lungs completely. Feel that your body has begun to undergo change. The tension in your body has begun to loosen and subside. Now, let your breathing rhythm return to normal and just relax. Slowly bring your awareness to your feet and toes. Breathe in through your nose, and as you do, gradually curl your toes down and tense the muscles in the soles of your feet. Hold your breath for just a few seconds and then release the muscles in your feet as you breathe out. Feel the tension in your feet wash away as you exhale. Take another deep breath in. Tense the muscles in the soles of your feet again. Hold this position for a couple of seconds. Now release. Feel yourself relaxing more and more deeply with each breath. Your whole body is becoming heavier, softer, and more relaxed as each moment passes. Now, bring your awareness to your lower legs, to your calf muscles. As you draw in a deep breath, point your toes away from your knees and tighten these muscles. Hold for a moment and then let the muscles go limp as you exhale. Once again, draw in a deep breath. Tighten your calf muscles. Hold for a few seconds. Let it all go as you breathe out and feel the tension going out of your calf muscles. Now take a deep breath in and focus on the muscles in your upper leg. Tighten the muscles in your upper leg by straightening your whole leg through the knee as hard as you can. Tighten the upper leg muscles. Hold it and release as you breathe out. Once more, tighten your upper leg muscles by straightening the whole of the leg. And breathe out and relax. Now draw in a nice deep breath and tighten the muscles in your buttocks. Hold this for a few seconds and release your breath. Feel the tension leaving the muscles. You're relaxing completely. You're feeling very heavy in your chair. Now bring your awareness to your stomach. Draw in a nice deep breath and tighten your tummy muscles. Tighten your stomach muscles. Hold it. Relax. Breathe out. Feel all the tension go out of your stomach muscles. Once more, draw in a deep breath, tighten your stomach muscles. tense your stomach muscles. Hold it. Breathe out, relax. All the tension goes out of your stomach muscles. Now bring your awareness to the muscles in your back. As you slowly breathe in, push the back of your shoulders against the chair and tighten those upper back muscles. Hold it. Breathe out and feel the muscles relax in your upper back. Once more, push the backs of your shoulders against the chair. Tighten the muscles. Hold it. Relax. Breathe out and feel all the tension go out of your upper back muscles. Now bring your awareness to the muscles in your neck. As you slowly breathe in, pull your shoulders up towards your ears. Raise your shoulders up towards your ears and squeeze the muscles tightly. Hold it. Relax. As you breathe out, lower your shoulders. Feel all the tension empty out of your shoulders. Once more, breathe in, raise your shoulders. Hold it. Breathe out. Lower your shoulders. Feel all the tension rush out of your neck muscles. Enjoy the feeling of heaviness in your body. Scan over your body and feel it in contact with the chair. Enjoy the feeling of heaviness and warmness and total relaxation. Finally, as you breathe in, straighten your arm muscles and tighten the muscles in your upper arms. Hold your arm muscles really tight. Hold it. Relax. Allow the tension to wash out of your arms and you feel the elbows slowly bend. Once more, breathe in, tighten your arm muscles. Hold it, hold it. Relax. Allow the tension to wash out of your arm muscles. Now just take a couple of nice, long, slow breaths. Try and visualize the air rushing into your nose, into your lungs, and slowly rushing out again. Do this several times yourself. And gradually, when you're ready, just open your eyes. Oh, that was nice. Nice, yeah, nice thing to do just every now and then, isn't it?
Falling asleep. Yeah, I have to do this now.
Good, I know you can try this.
I know.
There we go.
How long does it take? Maybe to hold on to
It's like 5 seconds, I find. It should only take 5 seconds. You working this time?
It's still blank.
Oh, actually, you've got cold hands though.
I know, I do have
You do
cold
have
hands.
cold
Your
hands.
hands
You
are-
feel mine.
Yes, I know, you're
I've
I
got
cold.
think it's the cold
I've
because
got a
now I
very-
can't get mine.
My hands are cold.
Yeah.
I'm real cold. Yours isn't. Your hands, warm your hands.
This might be it.
You know,
You know, I think.